Hello and welcome back, folks. So last mission we made a, as it was, desperate alliance with the Sons of Korhal, who are ostensibly, according to the Confederacy, are some sort of terrorist organisation, but as we know, the Confederacy, the Terran Confederacy are awful people, and if they say someone's terrible, actually there's a chance that they might not be terrible. Sons of Korhal came to rescue us from the colony of Mar Sara, which was about to be overrun, or we assume was about to be overrun by the zerg. And here we are. So we've made an alliance with them against the Confederacy, and we're going to see where this takes us next. So 3 hours after we've evacuated from the colony.
Your tenure as Colonial Magistrate is suspended, pending an official investigation of your affiliation with the Sons of Korhal. Receiving incoming transmission.
Hey man, Arcturus's boys sprung me from the prison ship. Apparently they're as frustrated with the Confederates as we are. I know their reputation, but they seem to be on the level. I think Arcturus wanted to speak with you.
Commander, Mar Sara is almost completely overrun by the zerg. The Confederates are abandoning the planet, and so are we. However, there is one thing I'd like to do before we leave. I want you to raid this colony's Confederate outpost and retrieve whatever design or weapons schematics that you can find in their networks. With the chaos of the Confederates' evacuation, you shouldn't have any trouble getting in or out of their installation.
I'm into it.
So we're going to retrieve data disks from the Confederate network, and Rainer, again, must survive. So let's go. So they're telling us about the stim pack. Increase units attack rate and movement rate at a cost of 10 hit points per stim. Which means you get a maximum of 3 stims, because you can't kill yourself with stim packs with any marine. But the idea being that those 10 hit points you spend will probably actually save more hit points in the future, because you're going to do more damage with the hit points, with the stim, and so you're going to kill the enemy quicker before they can take the extra damage off you. Anyway, here we go. So we've got Jim Raynor this time as a Terran Marine. So he is out of his vulture bike, and we've got some fire bats, and we've got some marines. You'll notice that these are fully upgraded. This is last mission we had a mission which was your sort of standard RTS defense mission. This mission we have your standard RTS you don't get to build a base mission, which are actually some of my favourite kind of missions in most RTS games. Not that I hate building bases in RTS, but I always find the non-standard RTS missions some of the more interesting ones. So, good habit, keep attack moving. You don't want to get ambushed. One of the nice things of this as an RTS, as a non-unit mission, is it's fairly straightforward. I say getting attacked by a missile turret. Now, Raynor took a little bit of damage there, but he's going to mitigate 6 of every hit that hits him. I think you always take a minimum of 1 damage from an attack. So he's pretty beefy. He's going to be hard to kill because he's got 200 hit points as well. And we can attack these guys. Not for any particular reason. Because kids, murder is fun. So we'll move our way up there, attack moving. What you will, there will be more of those ambush wall turrets. So let's have a look up here, just to make sure we're not going to miss anything. I'm actually going to be fairly sparing with stim pack usage, because obviously you only get 3 stims. Now here we've got a beacon, so we can use this to do something.
Teleportation field activated.
So that's our teleportation.
Anytime you're ready.
And that
You're not allowed in here.
Security cameras activated.
activate security cameras. so we can see what's going on here. Now I think that's where we need to raid. We can see there's some kind of terminal there and some kind of terminal there. Now I think what we need to do is teleport back. In fact, I'm going to stick those as a control group. Just so if I somehow lose my group, I can always come back to them very easily.
This should be good. Oh yeah. Sounds fun.
So we'll push our way down here.
Right on.
So we've got these nice big installation doors. There we go.
This should be good.
Now I suspect we'll get attacked here. There we go. I'm going to pull him back.
Raider here.
So he's taken a bit of a hit there.
Anytime you're ready.
Sadly, we will not get any healing on this mission, but that's fine. We'll cope.
Right on.
I'm going to try and do as much exploration as possible because there's quite a few interesting things sort of tucked away in this mission. If you look out for them.
Oh yeah.
So submarines there. You'll notice these. I didn't even get to click on him. The enemies are not quite as upgraded, which is very useful for us.
Sounds fun. Right on. This should be good.
All we need is for Rainer to survive. Everyone else is, sadly, for them, expendable.
Sounds fun. Oh yeah.
But
Sounds fun.
obviously, the more bodies you have, the more damage you do per second. So even a 5 hit point guy's worth holding on to if he can, get us 1 or 2 more licks in.
Oh yeah. Right on.
Especially given the very large amount of armour the fire bats have.
This should be good.
I mean, presumably if you're carrying around a flamethrower and explosive tanks on your back, you want to have as much meat, as much metal between you and the enemy bullets as possible. So now I'm wondering if there's something down here. Probably don't want you in the front. I think that may have just been some unnecessary murder. Although I think there's probably something down here we can look into.
Sounds fun. This should be good.
You are really determined to get in there, aren't you?
Commander.
One thing I always liked, oh, that took us to back to transmission. One thing I always liked is it actually gave you the kills.
Someone to shoot.
And in StarCraft 2, they actually, I believe with kills, they actually do rank up. It doesn't change the mechanics of the unit, not like in some of the Command & Conquer games. But now I feel like there's going to be defences along this corridor. It just, oh no, okay.
This should be good.
Presumably that's an alternate route in.
Oh yeah. Sounds fun.
So clearly, the only way for us is, well, the only way is up. Let's just do a quick save. I'm just going to try and get into the habit of intermittently and alternately saving.
This should be good. Right on.
I might sometimes occasionally make multiple saves for the same mission because
Oh yeah.
sometimes there's,
Sounds fun.
there may be what feels like a point of no return.
Right on. This should be good. Right on.
I mean, the joy is if it goes really badly wrong, you can just restart the mission. But
Sounds fun.
now,
Oh yeah.
I feel like that Marine's going to cause some problems, so let's sort him out.
Give me someone to shoot. This is Jimmy. Sounds fun.
Aha! Defense system's down. Good.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to be contesting with those too
This
much.
should be good. Right on. Oh yeah. Sounds fun.
I love these little missions where you just get a band of units and you just get to have it. So,
Sounds fun.
Confederates are clearly doing some kind of ambush, or not ambush necessarily, but don't know why I said ambush. Some kind of experimentation because they've taken captive some creatures native to. You don't know this yet, but native to other worlds. Now I am going to show you something you can do. It's a bit of an Easter egg in most Blizzard games. If I keep repeatedly clicking. Bear with me. Kaboom! So that's carried through. I don't know which game it started off in. I know it was in StarCraft 1. I don't know if it was in Warcraft. It was in Warcraft 3. I don't know if it was in any Warcrafts before that. Now, here, this is interesting, isn't it? What are they doing there?
Go ahead, Commander.
Let's find out. Let's do some science, kids. Cell doors open.
This should be
Pretty sure that's a Star Wars reference.
Sounds fun.
Zerglings, you say? Why Zerglings? I guess that explains all the defensive items he had.
I don't believe this.
Believe it. I saw a zerg holding pins myself, and that was over a year ago. It's clear the Confederates have known these creatures for some time. For all we know, they could be breeding the things. Be that as it may, our priority here is accessing the Confederate network. We'll deal with the Zerg another day.
So, what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to quickly bob into the options and see if I can change... the unit speech is a little bit quiet. I wonder if there's a way to change that setting. I won't faff around with it too much now. That's part of the reason I like to have subtitles on. Sometimes games do tend to sometimes like putting the music volume and the sound volume and the sound effect volume and the voice volume at all different levels, which can make it difficult to hear what people are actually saying, which is frustrating. Let's do a save, actually.
Sounds fun. Oh yeah.
But we will soldier on.
This should be good.
Now, actually, that was interesting. I did see popping in there, you could see the defences. So we can't see them at the moment. If we had some kind of detector unit, we could actually identify them. But we've deactivated the defences, so... which I'm sure the Confederates will thank us for. Hello, guys!
This should be good. Sounds fun. Right on. Oh yeah. Sounds fun.
Using the right click there when I should have been doing the attack move. Yeah, see, we've got plenty to deal with. Plenty enough to deal with all these enemies.
This should be good. Sounds fun.
Because they just can't mass huge numbers against us.
Sounds fun.
Now, what's down here? Let's see.
Oh yeah.
We've got a vulture. So, I guess it leads you to wonder how James Rayner couldn't get his down here, but... And now, I don't think the fire bats... I think the fire bats would probably struggle, although we can have them as a plate of armour maybe. But let's take that vulture out.
This should be good. Oh yeah.
We can get him there.
Right on.
Definitely want to prioritise the vultures, they will chew right through us. I think that's everything down there. Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say there's going to be a panel there that will probably attack us. There we go! I didn't actually know that from memory, I just had a vague feeling. And here we go, there is a yellow beacon. What could this mean? Let's find out! Oh, no, don't want to send a message. Oh, it doesn't actually display your messages. There we go, teleportation.
Anytime you're ready. Go ahead, Commander.
Teleportation by Terrans was always kind of, in these missions, was always kind of taken for granted, but they never really went any further with that.
Unauthorized entry detected.
The Protoss do a lot of teleportation. Oh, I guess we didn't disable all of the defences. Yeah, the Protoss teleport all the time and do a lot of teleportation. Terrans, past StarCraft 1, it kind of gets forgotten that they clearly have some teleportation technology. But either that, it's just a case of, you know, game mechanics not meshing quite with the lore of the universe. So, wonder if we could do start losing a Marine? If I really wanted to sort of try hard on the micro, definitely, it's definitely doable. Now, hold on, before we go in. That is a ghost. So he's got a sniper rifle. 10 doesn't sound like a lot. It's concussive damage. It does mostly full damage to marine size units or small kind of infantry size units. Let's go in, big final push. Big attack move. So you can see the rate of fire is a lot bigger with the stim packs. Stim packs become inordinately more useful though in StarCraft Brood War, where you actually get medics which will heal your units. That's a bit of reckless murder there. And there we go, accessing the Confederate network, downloading the files.
Hey, we found the plans, man. Have the transports waiting when we come out.
That was unfortunate. And there we go, data disk. Which has actually got a cute little animation as well. So, that was the Jacobs installation mission. Nice little short but sweet. So we were fighting Alpha Squadron, which, as you might remember, was General Duke's unit. We were fighting the Zerg Swarm. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.